All right, the holiday seasons are upon us, and I am just wondering where you guys are kind of at with that. So, if you could write in the comments down below, please tell me, are you feeling anxious about this upcoming like holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, all those kind of festivities? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling like you're dreading every moment of it? Are you already trying to prepare for it, like trying to compensate now? Like, what is going on for you in this moment? I've been thinking about this this past week as I've been working with all of my clients, and naturally I wanted the conversation to be focused on like, okay, how are you feeling about Thanksgiving coming up, for all of my American clients? And I've just been thinking about the past and how I used to feel doing, this kind of season. And I just remember feeling anxious, and I remember dreading like every single event that I needed to go to. And it's just really sad for me as I look back at that and see how much like distress the idea of like eating certain foods were to me. And it's really sad from my perspective now, but what's really interesting, what I want to kind of like mention here, is that when I was like going through this, when I was, paranoid about food, super orthorexic, very much like wanting to eat clean with everything and really wanted to micromanage my meals. I had an idea of what I was going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. It was all mapped out. Nothing could change. Like, I didn't want it to change, right? Or be so anxious if it did. And what's interesting is that during that time, I didn't feel like my food choices were impacting my happiness. I think this is super, super important to understand, because a lot of us, I did the other day on my Instagram, I did a little like, a poll thing. So it's kind of just asking, like, is it worth it? Like, you have this one life. Is it worth it spending it all, like, anxious and obsessed about food? And what's really interesting, I'm really glad that the majority, like, a large part, a good 87 to 90% of the people said, like, no, it's not worth it. Like, yes, I understand that this is, like, impacting my life. But what's interesting is that there was, like, 10 to 12% of people who were saying, like, yes, it's worth it. And what's interesting is like, I remember that. Like, I remember when I actually truly thought that just like, yep, staying in a skinny body and like having control over my food is worth it. And it's so sad to me now because I see clearly now how much that impacted my life. It impacted my relationships. It impacted how I felt around, festivities, around holidays. It impacted my attitude. It impacted my ability to be present. It impacted so many things. But at the time, again, I thought, especially in my orthorexic days, like I thought I was doing everything right. I was like, this is worth it. I'm doing everything right. I'm eating super clean. I'm like, it didn't feel like it was something negative in my life in that moment. And I just wanted to bring that up because I think a lot of us don't understand. Naturally, of course, how could you? You're still in it, but I'm bringing this up to your like awareness so you can think about it. A lot of us don't understand how much our like stressful relationship with food is actually impacting our life. I remember like literally bringing Tupperwares of food to Thanksgiving. I have a large family, guys. My dad is one of 10. I'm one of 6. All of my aunts and uncles have had like multiple kids, right? So we gather together as a family, and there's quite a bit of us. And so here I am in a room of, let's say, 75 to 100 people, and they're all eating this food. And I'm over there in the corner taking out a Tupperware of like my quinoa and like Brussels sprouts that I cooked in like Earth Balance, the like margarine, the vegan butter, right? And it's like, why? There's like 100 people here eating this food. Obviously, this food isn't poisonous. Obviously, it's okay to be eating this food. But I was so just like, no, this is the right thing. I gotta do this. I gotta keep on my diet. And then, of course, social media doesn't help at all, because then you go on social media and like all I've been seeing lately is like, how to make stuffing vegan, how to make a tofurkey, how to eat no carbs for Thanksgiving. So like, how can you make, instead of making mashed potatoes, how can you do like a cauliflower mash? And I'm seeing all these things and I'm like, gosh, it's so just against the energy of the whole holiday. I'm talking about Thanksgiving here in particular. That's a holiday of like gratitude and blessings and thankfulness. And then here we are, and like we are embodying an energy that's way different than that. An energy that's saying like, no, I am not thankful for this. I'm not going to participate in the festivities, and I'm going to kind of just do my own thing. And again, just looking back at it, I see how that really impacted how I experienced the holiday season. And I've had a couple holiday seasons now being fully recovered. It's been multiple years now. And so it's like I'm looking at just like the difference between like being someone who is just like totally comfortable with food. I don't fear food. I don't have anxiety around food. I'm fine eating anything and everything. And it's not just that. I'm not just like fine eating anything. Like, I love eating things. Like, I love eating good tasting things. Thanksgiving's so exciting. Like, so excited for, you know, the gravy and the cranberry sauce and the stuffing. I already bought some stuffing actually the other day, and I made it. It was just like the Trader Joe's box of stuffing. So I didn't like put it in like a turkey, but ooh, I already made some stuffing, guys, and it's so good. So, like, it's not just like, oh, I'm okay eating that food. No, I actively seek out those foods. Like, they're yummy, they're tasty, and I want to eat yummy, tasty foods. But anyways, it's just been really interesting seeing just the huge difference in me coming into the holiday season being fully recovered versus me coming into the holiday season still fearing food and being super anxious and stressed about it. And it's when I look at that I go, oh my gosh, this impacted my life way more than I thought it was at that time. Like, it really, 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 really was impacting my life. I want you to do a little bit of like reflection here. Maybe go into the comment section. Like, how has this been impacting your life? I think awareness is a super beautiful tool to use in this whole process. Is like simply just bringing awareness to like, wait a minute, this is impacting things. Am I like over in the corner busy like micromanaging what Aunt Sally is doing to her green beans and trying to make sure that she's cooking it in oil and not butter because I'm vegan and I don't eat butter? Or am I like sitting down like playing cards with all of my, you know, cousins because we're just like having fun? By the way, my dog just popped up. He scared me before when he walked in, so I probably edited that out, but here's Dusty. Say hi. Hi, Dusty. Anyways, he's cute. But I want you to spend a moment to really become just very clear on like, okay, am I coming into this season extra stressed? Am I coming into this season like dreading Thanksgiving meal and dreading Christmas and all these things? Okay, let me get some awareness on this. Let me understand that this is impacting my life because I shouldn't be stressed about this. No one else is stressed about Thanksgiving dinner. They're excited about it. Like, they're happy. They're like, yeah, I'm going to see everyone. We're going to be eating good food. And so just notice how you being in that stress state is taking away from your energy. It's blocking you from receiving love because you're like in this frantic state, right? It's making you feel very like worried about everything. Maybe a little bit on edge. Anyways, I come out with a newsletter. I'm trying to be better about actually coming out with a newsletter, which I'm going to be doing that every week now, is coming out with a newsletter talking about like various things that I just don't talk about in my YouTube videos, on my Instagram page, or on my podcast. And I mean, obviously, like I talk about those things, but I'm going to be talking about it a little bit more in depth or in a different way in the newsletter. So make sure you're signed up. You can go to flowwithchlo.com and sign up for that. But I created a newsletter just a couple days ago that was talking about one of the most important vitamins that I want people to focus on this holiday season. And no, that's not like vitamin B12, it's not zinc, it's not vitamin D, it's not any of those things, right? But what I was talking about is how important it is that we get enough vitamin L love in our diet. It's super important. It's very necessary. It's not just like, oh, let's get some vitamin L. Like, no, you need vitamin L. You need vitamin L. You need love in your life. And so what I want you to focus on this holiday season is, instead of being so paranoid about the food and is there sugar in this, is this cooked in canola oil, what's going on, and going crazy in your head about this, I want you to tap into that energy of love. Tap into it. Get into it. Feel it. Open up to it. Because love is literally one of the most metabolic enhancing, health promoting vitamins out there. It is. Love has the ability to heal. Love has the ability to make you feel good. And that's so healthy. So again, we're so focused on like microanalyzing food for its like nutritional content, instead of realizing that there are these big macro vitamins, these life vitamins that are super, super important. And that by microanalyzing the food vitamins, we're missing out on the macro vitamins. You're missing out on vitamin C community because you are choosing to isolate yourself. You're missing out on vitamin L love because you're choosing to live in a restrictive state. You're missing out on vitamin T time because, again, you're wasting your time, your headspace especially, everything that's going on in there, you're wasting it. Because you're just thinking about calories and fat grams and ingredients and exercise and body shape, and you're thinking about all these things, and so you're wasting your time. So this holiday season, I want you to prepare to just step into this, like go into Thanksgiving dinner with love. Like open up to it. Just be like, how can I, instead of rejecting this food, how can I learn to receive it? How can I just drop my shoulders, give it a little shake, drop my shoulders, lean back, and just receive? Can I practice that? Instead of being so anxious and uptight and, oh my gosh, I gotta, no. You don't need to be micromanaging anything. All you need to do, darling, is to go into that dinner. And this doesn't have to be Thanksgiving if you're not American. It can be, a Christmas party. It can be just a gathering with friends. Just whatever is happening in your life. In this season, we tend to do a lot of holiday stuff. So that's why I'm mentioning this. But I want you to focus on, in that moment, being like, my one job here, the one thing that I need to do tonight when I go into that party is I need to open myself up to love. Someone comes, they baked all day a beautiful pumpkin pie, and then they hand it to you and you go, no, I can't. Or no, I don't want it. And you might even splatter off a seemingly good list of reasons why, right? Oh no, I can't. I get hyperactive with sugar. Oh no, I can't. I'm gluten-free. Oh no, I can't. I'm vegan. Oh no, I can't. I'm keto. And it might sound like a valid excuse, but I want you to ask yourself, are those actually valid excuses, or are they just a bunch of BS? It's just me blocking myself off from love and from receiving the love that this person is giving to me in the physical form of a pumpkin pie. This whole world is energy. Everything is energy. When you understand that, everything changes. When someone cooks something with that energy of love, it is in there. It's exactly what I said. It's a physical representation of that. You eat it, you are eating love. What does love do? Love heals. Love is a metabolic enhancer. Love is something that helps us, like when we're in love, when we're loving someone, right? We're in our parasympathetic nervous system state. And again, that's the optimal state of health and well-being. So your job is to sit back, allow other people to cook. Don't be in the kitchen. You don't need to cook. There's plenty of other people to cook. Allow other people to cook. All you need to do is sit there and just receive with gratitude, which if you're celebrating Thanksgiving, that's what it's about, right? It's about being grateful. So receive this food with gratitude. So thankful that I have this beautiful, tasty, yummy food sitting right in front of me. Don't allow fear to come in. Don't allow anxiety to come in. That's the opposite of vitamin L love. And what you're focusing on is getting enough vitamin L love. It's your main focus. That changed everything. When I was finally able to be like, okay, I need to put aside my orthorexic mind, thinking that this food is good, this food is bad, and I shouldn't be eating this, or my anorexic mind that was thinking that's going to make you fat, that's going to start off a crazy binge. I need to get away from that. And I need to just be me again. I just need to experience just life without all this craziness happening in my mind. So once I put that aside and I stepped into the festivities, the holiday season, with that energy of like, I'm just receiving everything. I'm receiving all of the goodness that life has to offer me. I'm going to be receiving all of this beautiful food. I'm going to be receiving all of the hugs and the smiles and the laughter and the love. I'm going to be receiving all of it because I'm done living my life completely blocked off. Like, completely blocked off. Now, I want you to write in the comment section down below what's one thing that you can do in the next couple months to invite more vitamin L into your life. What's one thing you can do? Maybe it's, I'm going to stop, trying to work out in the morning on, Christmas and Thanksgiving and all these holidays. Maybe it's, I'm going to start eating carbs again because I'm anxious and I'm an irritable wreck when I don't eat carbs. So maybe that's how you're going to invite vitamin L in is, I'm just going to allow myself to have bread and rice and potatoes and all of that stuff. If you don't plan anything, guys, like if you don't think about this before, the default will be your disordered eating. I went 11 years thinking I was just going to grow out of it one day. Like, it's just one day not going to be a problem. That doesn't happen. That's why it took me 11 years to get out of it, because each year for 11 years it was like, I'm just going to wait until this just isn't a problem anymore, until I'm just like not anxious with food. It doesn't happen that way. You have to make active choices to go against your eating disorder voice or to make to create a more positive relationship with food. You have to make those choices and you have to do those things and you have to make behavior changes. So if you are done feeling super stressed and anxious about the festivities and you're dreading, this time that should be really fun, then you got to start planning. What is it that I'm going to do? I hate being like morbid and everything, but like this could be your last holiday season. You never know. A couple years ago, I got hit by a car, and that was like a big wake-up call of like, life can go at any moment. Any moment. I was riding my bike, and I got hit pretty badly and broke my collarbone, knocked out some teeth. Like, it was bad. And it was like, any moment, this could just be gone. And so don't wait for the next 5-10 years. But the next year I'll do this. The next year I'll be more free with food. The next year I'll, just eat what everyone's eating. No, don't do that. Don't do that, because you're not guaranteed a next year. And again, not trying to sound like morbid, but it's kind of just the reality and the truth of life. So live your life fully. Embrace it now. Choose the steps that are going to take you to where you want to be. So create the game plan now. Focus on your energy. It's such a huge part. It's such a huge part. It's just your energy with things. It's how you change your perspective on things. You change and you shift the energy towards it. Focus on that. Get clear on how you want to feel through this holiday season. I want to feel grounded. I want to feel at peace. I want to feel like I'm in that energy of receiving. Get clear on that. Focus on it. Make it your intention. Breathe it into your body every single day. Do those actions that are congruent with the energy. So if you want to be in the energy of receiving, notice if you're saying no to every single food that's like passing by you, right? You can't be in that energy of receiving if you're saying no all the time. Okay, that's kind of all I had to say today. If you want to get on the newsletter, make sure you go and do that. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram. That's like an important thing. A lot of things go on Instagram, so definitely want you to be over there. By the way, I'm like super tired right now, which is why I feel like my voice, everything's different. I'm just like, I've been on the computer all day, and so I'm a little like, but I wanted to get out this video because I want you guys to be able to have a good Thanksgiving. I'm really excited for my Thanksgiving. And yeah, I will see you guys on Instagram. I'll see you guys every Monday when I upload a YouTube video. And I will see you every Thursday when I upload a podcast. The Feed Your Flow podcast. Link below. Okay, I'm going to go. Bye.